Many young people around the world dream of becoming professional footballers and then, of course, earning good money. This naturally raises the question of what professional footballers earn worldwide, even outside the major European leagues. And that's exactly the question I want to answer in this video. Today, we're talking about salaries in global football. However, I have to say at the outset that the figures I mention in this video are only guidelines and there can of course always be upward and downward fluctuations. The big stars of a league are also the ones who earn the most money. But today, we are talking about average income in the leagues. I found out these figures in numerous conversations with players, agents and also managers, and compared them with larger research. To make it easier to compare the figures, I have broken each down to a monthly income. Some leagues don't play the whole year and the players also only get paid in the month they play. I will also compare the salary with the average monthly income in this country. All figures are in dollars. So let's start right at the tip of the iceberg, in probably the most economically powerful place in terms of football, which also gets the most attention worldwide. Europe. Let's start in Germany. Of course, there are players like Manuel Neuer or even Thomas Müller who earn more than $1.5 million a month. But there are of course also a lot of players who don't earn anywhere near that much. At an average club like TSG Hoffenheim, the average income is around $145,000 a month. These figures are also paid in the leagues in France and Italy. And in England and Spain there are further increases, especially in the Premier League. A team like West Ham pays an average of $315,000 per month here. The average monthly income in England is around $3,200. Let's look at the smaller European leagues, which often train many young talents from all over the world. Especially young players from Africa try their first steps there and then move on to bigger leagues. In Finland, for example, professionals can earn between $3,000 and $5,000 a month, which is about the average wage of the population. In Bulgaria, professionals can earn on average between $3,000 and $8,000 a month. The population on average only about $1,000. If we stay in the region, in Macedonia, Montenegro or even Slovakia, we are at $1,500 to $3,500, whereby a place to live, food and a car are often still provided by the club. Macedonia has an average income of $840 in the population. A good choice money-wise for professional footballers is also Georgia, where up to $10,500 a month are paid, with the population at $470. Similar salaries are also paid in Israel, but the population has a much higher average of around $3,800. Very good money is also available for professionals in Poland or in Denmark, where an average of up to $30,000 a month is paid. Of course, these sums refer to the top leagues of each country. Let us now leave the European continent and go to Asia. It is well known that the financially strong countries in the Middle East such as Qatar, Saudi Arabia or the United Arab Emirates pay very well. There, the average league player can expect to earn around $25,000 to $45,000 a month. Somewhat less, but still a lot, is paid in Kuwait, where $20,000 is not uncommon. Here, however, there is also a big gap in society between the very rich upper class and the bitterly poor lower class. One country that many don't even think of for big salaries is Iran, but there the pay is very good. And while the population earns an average of about $380 a month, there are between $20,000 and $100,000 a month for first division players. There is not quite as much, but still more than enough to live on in Vietnam. Professional footballers earn between $6,000 and $8,000, the population about $320. Here are some more countries and figures. Indonesia, $7,000 to $10,000 per month for footballers, population 170. Cambodia, for professionals $1,500 to $3,000 per month, $115 for the population. Also in this salary range, countries like Uzbekistan, Nepal or the Maldives. In the Great India, there are salaries from $8,000 to $15,000 for the average professional in the Super League. The population receives on average about $160. In countries like Oman, Bangladesh or even Jordan, there are between $3,000 and $8,000 for first division footballers. Finally, let's look at South Korea and Japan. The professionals there earn about $20,000 a month. After this Asia overview, we come to North America. Here it is much more difficult to get exact figures. Of course, the USA and Canada with the MLS are the salary leaders here. But professionals can also earn a lot of money in Mexico. In MLS, there are salaries of around $80,000 to $90,000 a month for the good players. In Mexico, players earn on average around $30,000 a month. In Central America, for example, countries like Guatemala or Honduras, there are about $2,500 to $4,000 for players. As in other areas of the world, the clubs often still take care of the flat, the car and the food of the players. In Jamaica, one of the biggest leagues in the Caribbean, players receive about $330 per month, about average for the population. Let's stay in America, but go to the south of the continent. Here we ask the questions, what do players earn in Brazil, Argentina, but also the smaller countries like Peru? In Brazil, of course, there are stars who earn more than $1 million a year, but the average player comes home with $3,000 to $10,000 a month or less. Still a lot compared to the $510 left for the population as a whole. The next countries are Argentina with about $2,000 to $8,000 per month, then comes Colombia with $1,500 to $5,000. In Peru, of course, there are exceptions like everywhere else, and star player Jefferson Farfan is set to earn up to $600,000 a year at Alianza Lima. But the average first division player only gets a fraction of that. Let's move on to the penultimate continent, Oceania, where only Australia and New Zealand have professional football. In the A-League there, professionals earn about $10,000 a month. Now we come to the most diverse continent. In Africa, salaries vary greatly, and while there are countries where players are paid handsomely, some can barely support their families. The salary cannot always be made dependent on the economic situation in the countries. There are examples such as Sudan or Libya. The population has to live on an average of $50. Professionals can earn an average of about $10,000 in the first league in Sudan. Here, however, the salary varies greatly depending on whether you play for the big clubs or the small ones that are fighting against relegation. The situation is similar in Libya. With the population earning around $330, professional footballers can well earn $15,000 to $20,000. Egypt is similar, with top stars at Al Ahly also sometimes earning more than $1 million a year. South Africa is also doing well, with an average of $7,000 to $8,500, but also often much more for top players from clubs like Kaizer Chiefs or Mamelodi Sundowns. Let's summarize a few countries to finish. Professionals in Tunisia, Angola or Congo earn $15,000 to $25,000 a month. In Morocco, Zambia or Ethiopia, there are between $4,000 and $6,000. Mozambique, Tanzania and Botswana follow with $3,000 to $4,000. Countries like Rwanda, Zimbabwe or Gabon finish with an average of $800 to $1,500. Once again, it should be mentioned that these figures are the result of lengthy research together with conversations with players and officials. If you know any new figures, please let me know in the comments. I would be very happy if you subscribe to my channel Football Worldwide and leave a like if you're interested in videos like these and want to see more of them in the future. Thank you and take care.